was something off. Former CNN host Don Lemon did not totally disagree with comedian Kathy Griffin on her claim about Donald Trump in the 2024 election. Let's take a look.
Okay, I'm just going to be bold and say this. And, you can take issue with this all you want. I do not think he won in a free and fair election. I'm Kathy Griffin, and I do not think Trump won in a free and fair election. I believe there was tampering.
You're not far off. I won't say that I disagree with you, but
Okay.
I'm an evidence person. I'd like to see the evidence. I think something was
I know.
off.
Something was off. Well, reactions on X were not overly kind, to say the least. Online commentator CanCon posted, Kathy Griffin can spread election lies with no evidence, and Don Lemon can platform it, no problem, to his 725,000 followers. Ban them, YouTube, or show you absolute communist establishment bias. And right-wing record label Based Media chimed in on the interview. Overall, Don Lemon is cringe and corny. Look, I think it's fine for them to express their totally baseless views on this. However, I have been told that the rule is that there is no higher crime in our society, like rape, murder, rape and murder of children, and then up here is denying an election. This is the most solemn crime ever committed. You're not allowed in public life. People should spit on you on the street if you commit this crime. Have they not now committed the unforgivable? They should wear scarlet E's for election denier everywhere they go.
Look, I agree. Same playbook, different cover. This is dangerous no matter which party is saying it. This is the same kind of election disinformation, even to laugh around and play with it. We're not having the conversation as much as Trump was having it himself. We're not hearing Kamala say this, which is a good thing, right? Don Lemon is a commentator who, like you said, is allowed to have his opinion. But remember that the opinions of people that were wrong and lies in 2020 fueled an entire insurrection. And so we should be mindful that when we spread lies that are baseless, that they can lead to people that are crazy going to do some crazy things. And I think that that is a serious thing that we should condemn. And also just say the numbers were not off. They were clear and convincing. Trump won. And I think that once we start saying that and saying that the problem maybe was that Kamala lost as opposed to Trump won this sweeping, because the numbers weren't as dramatic. The map did look all red, but the numbers and the margins were not this crazy sweep historically.
He won every swing state,
right,
but it was by a small,
exactly.
So
it was
fine.
Very razor thin. And so we need to remember that the numbers were clear and convincing. The data that they've spent how many $1 million on studying men was clear and convincing. He went up in Black and Latino men. Like, that's not suspicious. That's obvious. And so some of the change has to be in how you strategize post-election. And unfortunately, I haven't seen enough change and conversation around what that strategy is. But hopefully there's more to come, because calling it fake election is not the path we want to go down, especially after condemning Trump in that way.
I agree with that, but here's why I can't get over this. Why I react so negatively to, yes, what Trump said in 2020 about the election was very bad and was very wrong, and what happened at the Capitol was very bad and very wrong. No dispute there. But it was just treated like no one has ever, every election gets denied the results by some group of people, some prominent people. Hillary Clinton, we forget this, but Hillary Clinton in 2016 did not take her loss lightly and chalked it up. She said Donald Trump was an illegitimate president, and chalked it and said she suggested that the Russian influence on social media, which we now know was not particularly important or large or substantial or weighty, she said that was a kind of influence that made the results questionable. She didn't go as far as to deny the election as Trump did, and there was no riot because of it, but she did, to my view, come pretty close to denying the election. Stacey Abrams did the same thing. In 2004, there were people who said John Kerry actually won. 2000 was actually a contested election.
I was about to say, that
one, you're correct to say it. Who knows? But what I'm saying is that there was nothing different about this.
Well, no,
there was
very
different about the people, how they behaved.
The very difference is the fact that, like you said, people can say, that seems interesting, like what we saw Don Lemon and Kathy Griffin do. Leaders, elected officials who didn't win could say, I don't know. But it's different to keep going on a crusade, do big speeches, and actually be president or run for president again and continue on to this day To this day, is Hillary Clinton saying she won the election, it was unfair? No, to this day, Donald Trump is saying that was my election and it was stolen from me. So, and he also pardoned all those rioters at the Capitol. And I know
if
that
you ask Hillary about the Russian influence in 2016, she'll come real close.
Okay, but it also it erodes overall institutions in our country that make public distrust at an all-time high where it is. And so I think that is still important to understand, that as the president, you have some responsibility to tell the truth. And the truth is that after much research and after following through with several disputes on it, Joe Biden won the election. And so we should be able to comfortably say that. Hillary Clinton should be able to comfortably say that. John Kerry should be able to comfortably say that. These are not
hard to
things
say
that
it, but
and they should not keep going to the point after they've incited a riot. They should not continue on saying, I still won.
I mean, I agree that Trump should let it go. I think he has largely let it go. He doesn't talk about it anymore because now he won. He won again, so we don't have to go back to that. I don't think relitigating 2020 was particularly helpful for him. It was obviously his lowest point politically, even in terms of his survival within the Republican Party. After that happened, there were very senior Trump-loving people in media and Republican politics who very much wanted Trump to go away because of that, and he had to fight successfully. He did fight to keep control of the party. When they started trying to put him in prison for the things he said about it, he was able to reconsolidate control. And I still think that was a very questionable tactic from Democrats, including just bad on its face, for trying to prosecute him for the things that he said about the election. You can think they were wrong. I don't think they were criminal to express a viewpoint that is wrong. So anyway, I guess Kathy Griffin and Don Lemon, whatever they're doing, if anyone's paying attention to them, I was thinking, is anyone paying attention?
No,
to
there
them
are plenty
now?
of people. Don't do that.
Don't
do that. You just said how much you love the podcasting space, and so that's exactly what they're doing. They're having podcasting style conversations in a podcasting space, right? That's what they're doing.
Don Lemon tried to have his own show on Twitter with Elon Musk. He interviewed Elon Musk, and then Elon Musk was like, actually, this guy's untalented. I don't think so.
Well, I think, Elon Musk doesn't like criticism, hence why he's blowing up on Twitter against Donald Trump, because Donald Trump finally said something back to him after Elon was throwing multiple jabs about this big, beautiful budget bill that Donald Trump is largely laying his hat on of success, and he doesn't like friction. And so that is what happened there. And Don Lemon simply asked him real questions about the same drug use that we just talked about.
Remember when Don Lemon said that
Nikki
Haley
and
was
then he
past
got
her
upset.
prime? Remember that?
Yeah, I do. That wasn't appropriate.
Was
but I could call a spade on both
horrible.
sides. That was horribly inappropriate. But that's what you're going to do: divert and turn when you know Elon Musk could work on his character development, because he has huge character flaws.
Well, yes. I like him, but not everyone does. Up next, leaked audio revealing the DNC chair and turmoil over Dem chaos. Oh my! Stay tuned.